From what we understand, you guys did not make a move today, but maybe there's a trade pending. Can you tell us what's going on?
No, we did not add anyone today or subtract anyone. We're who we are.
What do you like about who you are?
Well, first of all, we're extremely pleased, with this group. It's obvious because we had 3 free agents, and we kept them. And what we were set out to do was try and add a center iceman who's had experience, and we were able to do that. If we could have done something else that would have made us better and not subtracted in areas that we don't want to subtract, then we would have done it. But it didn't happen.
What do you think of the Tampa move to get Ryan McDonough and JT Miller?
Well, they acquired a great player, and certainly McDonough, and JP Miller is an excellent player. So I mean, everyone has an opportunity to do something, and they certainly, made a big splash today.
You touched on keeping guys like JVR and Tyler. Obviously, you consider them important to the mix here.
Yes, I think that chemistry is important, but I think the way our team has been playing, we have confidence in our team, and right now we're still in a process of where we want to be and where we want to go. We don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but we want to just stay on the right path.
How tough of a balancing act is that for you? Because now you have these expiring contracts that you're likely not able to get anything for. Is that something that you kind of really had to weigh over the course of the day?
Well, I don't know if you had to take too long to weigh it, because I think what you look at where your team is and with the players you have, if you had the reverse, you'd go out and get players like that and pay a price for it when you already have them, as far as helping the team. So, no, it wasn't that difficult to make those decisions. In fact, there wasn't much time spent on it.
If there was a surprising trend with other general managers, it was the number of first-round picks that got peddled the last day or two. That surprised you to see so many teams willing to move picks, because they've been precious the last few trade deadlines?
I was a little surprised at the number of first-round picks, yes. But I shouldn't say surprised, because every time I think we know what's going to happen, something else happens. But everyone has a choice to make whatever they think is best for their team.
It seemed like from the start of this year, everyone was talking about eventually you guys would add a defenseman. Did the development of Dermott plus maybe some high prices today kind of move you off that a little bit?
Well, there's no question that the development of Dermott has played a role in a lot of our thought process. But if we could have added someone, that would have made us better, and as you said, would not have subtracted, we certainly would have done that. But that did not happen.
Active or quiet day for you?
Pardon me?
Was it an active or quiet day for you?
So I think they're always active, as you well know. I think it's different types of conversations that take place. I've always liked to try and do things in advance as most you can, as best you can. It's because it's very difficult at the last minute to try and do things, and you might make a decision that really is not in the right, for the team.
Can you elaborate a little bit further as to what was appealing about acquiring Tomas Plekanec yesterday?
Well, he's certainly a player that I've had the opportunity to see quite a bit, and also a player that's played against Toronto quite a bit, and Boston, which looks like the logical, playoff sort of opponent if everything stays as is, which it's always possible to change. And he's had success there in the role that he plays. He's a consummate professional. He'll really help our kids, no different than what Patrick Marleau and Ron Hainsley and Dominic Moore have done for us, and to show exactly, what has to be done and how important it is to be a professional. And so we feel he's going to help us not only on the ice but off the ice.
Not a lot of deals done historically between the Leafs and the Canadiens. Did that enter in even as a chuckle between you and Marc Bergevin? Is Toronto calling here? What do you got?
No, it never really entered in. I think for me it's not the same as maybe, the way it's looked upon of people who've been in Toronto for a long time. And I don't think that should ever get in the way of trying to help your hockey team.
You have the 4 Marley call-ups I guess you can use between now and the end. Any idea, or are you going to be judicious with those? And you don't have an emergency, obviously, to use them now, but that's something you have in your pocket going forward?
Yes, what we will do, and we did do today, we'll have Dermott and Kapanen so that they could be on the Molly roster, and then recall them. So we'll have 2 recalls after that.